Now, aren't you all glad that that mayhem is over? The election craziness has come to a close. It was pretty anticlimactic, but that's really what I kind of expected. You know, the media tends to hype things up. But now we can get back to our normal lives. We can get back to seeing the normal gaming commercials before YouTube videos. And, you know, I actually like campaign commercials on TV. I find them to be really funny. They're fun to mock because it's like they come up with the craziest stuff to try to call people out on. And I'm going to miss it, to be honest. Now, I won't miss the ads before YouTube videos because I like seeing, you know, the Halo 4 commercials and the Black Ops 2 commercials. And who could ever forget our fan favorite, the Roxio game capture commercials with that annoying voice guy? Because I know you guys all love listening to him. But we can get back to those. No more campaign commercials before YouTube videos. But yeah, that was a long intro. What's going on, guys? Yeah, I haven't given you guys my normal spiel, you know, in the works, blah, 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 blah. But we're using the AUG today, and this is a weapon that I was actually looking through some of the weapons, and I was like, man, you know, Aftermath is right around the corner. It's less than a month away for all of us, so I think what does the PS3 get it 7 days before the Xbox and PC Premium members, and they get it on the 3rd, so what's 7 for 30 days as September, April, June, and November, so that means the 26th or 25th, I think the PS3 gets the PS3 Premium gets the Aftermath DLC. So I don't know why my math is so rusty. It's pretty early in the morning, so you'll have to give me a break there. But yeah, you guys will be getting it in under a month, so not that far away. We'll be seeing some really cool Aftermath stuff. I'm guessing that we're also going to have a little premium teaser trailer here in not too long, because the premium video this month is apparently a walkthrough of Aftermath. So it'll be interesting to see what that actually ends up being. But I have been looking through the weapons, and I was like, okay, what are going to be some good, solid choices for the Aftermath maps? Because I watched an interview with one of the lead developers of this particular expansion, and he basically said that they base these maps off Karkan maps. You know, it's going to be similar in size, similar in layouts to Karkan, and that is awesome because Karkan maps are the best in the game, in my opinion. So it's the best blend of close quarters and long ranges of sight. You know, you still get the battlefield feel to it, and honestly, I just love them. I love Back to Karkan, I love Gulf of Oman, Sharkey Peninsula. All those are a blast for me to play. So I was looking at weapons that I thought would work really well in the maps, and it's really boring to be like, well, you can just use the AEK, the M16, the M416. Those are going to be gimmies. I mean, we all know that those are going to be perfect for these types of maps because they're so versatile. But there's a couple weapons that I noticed kind of get overlooked, and that the AUG is one of them. I wouldn't say it's underused. I get killed by the AUG quite often, but it seems like it's that weapon that kind of flies under the radar these days because not a ton of people use it. It's not really highly used, but in the same respect, I wouldn't say it's quote underused. It's just there's a lot better options out there for a lot of people. But I think since it's going to be a blend of close quarters and long ranges of sight, I think the AUG can actually excel on some of the Aftermath maps just because, you know, it works really well in Karkan, so I'm not really going to doubt it on the Aftermath maps, because if you look at it, it's not really statistically anything that's kind of stands out to you. It is a bullpup rifle, so it does well in close quarter scenarios, but it only shoots 700 rounds per minute, and that's pretty low. I mean, that's lower than the M416, which shoots 750 rounds per minute. So in my eyes, the AUG kind of bridges the gap between the L85 AK-74M and the M16 M416. It's kind of in the middle there, and the unique feature of being a bullpup rifle kind of makes it an intriguing choice to me, especially considering that it actually has the fastest bullet velocity out of all the assault rifles in the game. So that's going to make it much easier to hit someone running or someone who's really far off. You don't have to compensate so much for bullet drop. And, you know, I was thinking about it, I was like, man, this could be a pretty powerful choice for the Aftermath maps. And it's kind of that forgotten weapon, you know. Like I said, a lot of people tend to favor this weapon, but I wouldn't say it was a majority. It seems like it's very situational on who and when you actually get killed by the AUG these days. And speaking of that, I actually will get killed by something in this game which I have never been killed by. So keep an eye out for that. I'll point it out when it actually happens. But yeah, the AUG to me is an interesting choice. I'm really curious to see how these maps actually end up playing out. And look at this guy. What is he doing? And then he gets impaled by the bar. I thought that was kind of funny. But it'll be interesting to see how these maps actually play, to whether or not weapons like the AUG, the L85 will actually be powerful choices on these maps. And I really do think that that's how it'll end up playing out. I think that considering that you're going to be looking at some longer lines of sight, I think some of the slower fire rate, lower recoil weapons can actually excel on these maps. And did you guys see it? did you actually see what I just got killed with? That was what I was talking about earlier, the M26 frag, and I thought that was pretty funny because if there's a weapon that I consider to be the worst in the game, and even though it is an attachment, it's not meant to be a primary, the M26 frag is pretty doggone bad. So I thought that was pretty funny that I got killed by it, considering that I've done a video talking about how bad it is, and that was the first time that I've ever died to it, and it kind of made me chuckle a little bit. But yeah, you know, Aftermath, like I said, it looks to be like it's going to be one of the best expansions. Now, I know I feel like we say that every single time a new expansion comes out. Like, I was really kind of excited for Close Quarters, ended up being not my cup of tea. Really excited for Armored Kill. Ended up being kind of disappointing to some guys. I particularly liked it. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy it, but you know, to each their own. Not everything's going to click with everybody, and I know these two expansions might have been disappointing for some of the community, but I really do think Aftermath will be good. So let me know what you guys think about the AUG, though. I'm curious because, like I said, this is a weapon that's not necessarily underused. I would never say this is an underused weapon. You know, it would never make an appearance in that series, but I still think it's maybe one of those forgotten under the radar weapons because you don't see a lot of people use it, and I do think it is a very solid weapon considering that you've got low recoil, you know, you've got the bullpup advantage of hip fire. It may not shoot the fastest, but you can be super accurate with it and you can get lots of targets. So I don't know, I guess it's more of a situational playstyle type weapon. But I wish the AUG got some more love out there because he's kind of forgotten sometimes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the AUG because I am kind of curious on you guys' opinion on the weapon. But if you missed any of my other videos, I did a Halo 4 first look yesterday, which if you don't like Halo, I think you should still check this out because it's a pretty interesting video. I was actually really surprised by Halo 4. And before that, we actually did a Battlefield 3 underused weapons with the Vodnik, which was actually a pretty fun episode for me. So check that one out too. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.